Step into the unknown with the shadow frequency and your host, Matt Wilson, as he takes you where the shadows hum.
Welcome, listeners, to another chilling episode of The Shadow Frequency, where we dive into the shadows of the unknown. I'm Juniper, your producer, and tonight we're venturing deep into Missouri's Ozark Mountains, where a legendary beast stalks the night, the Ozark Howler, a creature shrouded in mystery with glowing red eyes and a cry that freezes the blood. Buckle up, because this one's going to send shivers down your spine. Let's hand it over to your host, Matt Wilson, to unravel the tale. Matt, take it away.
Good evening, listeners, and welcome to the Shadow Frequency. I'm Matt Wilson, and tonight we're stepping into the dense, foggy forests of the Ozark Mountains, where something unnatural prowls. It's called the Ozark Howler, a creature that's haunted the region for centuries. Its name whispered around campfires and etched in the local lore. Picture this: a beast the size of a bear, cloaked in shaggy black fur, with horns jutting from its head and eyes that burn red in the darkness. Its cry? A bone-chilling blend of a wolf's howl and something otherworldly. Let's start with the basics. The Ozark Howler is said to roam the rugged wilderness of southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, and parts of Oklahoma and Texas. Descriptions paint it as a massive, stocky creature, sometimes likened to a bear, sometimes a giant cat, but always with those unmistakable horns and glowing eyes. Its howl, often compared to a mix of a wolf's cry, an elk's bugle, and even a hyena's laugh, echoes for miles, silencing every other sound in the forest. For those who've heard it, it's a sound you don't forget. The legend stretches back to at least the early 1800s. One of the earliest tales claims American frontiersman Daniel Boone himself encountered the howler in Missouri around 1810. Some versions say he fired his rifle at it, maybe even killed it, but no body was ever found. Since then, sightings have piled up. In 1846, the folks of Red Oak, Arkansas reported seeing a strange beast matching the howler's description. Fast forward to the 1950s. The stories of a goat-like creature with a bear-wolf face started making local news. By 1998, residents near Branson, Missouri were buzzing about a wave of sightings, and in 2011, Newton County, Arkansas became a hotbed of howler activity. Now, what's fascinating and unsettling is how consistent the details are across these accounts. Hunters, hikers, and campers describe a creature that's nocturnal, elusive, and territorial. One story from a family near Van Buren, Arkansas, in the Boston Mountains sticks with me. They set up trail cams after spotting what they thought was a cougar. What they captured wasn't a cougar. The footage showed something large, dark, and horned moving through the trees. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission dismissed it as a hoax, but the family swears by what they saw. Skeptics have their theories, of course. Some say the howler is just a misidentified animal, a black bear, a mountain lion, or maybe a bobcat with an unusual coat. Missouri's Department of Conservation insists there are no breeding cougar populations in the Ozarks, but they admit stray big cats could wander through. Others point to folklore, suggesting the howler might be a descendant of old world myths, like the black dog of British legend brought over by Scotch-Irish settlers. Those tales describe ghostly hounds with red eyes, omens of death. Sound familiar? But here's where it gets creepy. Some locals believe the howler isn't just an animal or a myth, it's something supernatural. Native American stories from the region speak of guardian spirits or cursed beings tied to the land. One tale claims the howler was born from a witch's curse, placed on the Ozark by settlers who wronged her. Others say it's a protector of the wilderness, punishing those who trespass too far. Whatever it is, the howler's presence feels heavy, like it's watching. that sound you just heard? That's a recreation based on witness accounts. Imagine hearing it alone in the woods, miles from help. It's no wonder people come back shaken, their stories tinged with dread. We're just scratching the surface here, listeners, and when we come back, I'll dig into more recent sightings, some chilling encounters, and what the howler might really be. Is it a flesh and blood creature, a spectral entity, or something we can't yet comprehend? Stay tuned. Juniper, over to you.
Wow, Matt's really setting the mood tonight, isn't he? The Ozark Howler's got me checking the locks on my doors. What do you listeners think? Is this beast a real creature lurking in the Ozarks or just a tale to scare campers? We've got more spooky details coming up, so don't go anywhere. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and all major podcast directories. Oh, and check out our online shop. You can find the link at Patreon at patreon.com/shadowfrequency or on our Facebook page. Right now, we're going to dive into our mailbag segment, so let me just reach over here and hit this button.
It's time for the Shadow Frequency mailbag.
Thanks, Chris. All right, this one, we've got an email from Marie in Taos, New Mexico. She says, "Dear Shadow Frequency team, I enjoy all the shows. You guys never fail to give me chills. I especially love the Mothman episode. It had me researching Point Pleasant for days. Well, that's kind of the idea, to just introduce this stuff and hope, if something catches your interest, you follow up on it. Keep up the creepy work," she says, "and thanks for making my nights a little spookier." Well, you're welcome, Marie. And thanks for the love. We're thrilled you're enjoying the ride. Want to share your thoughts or paranormal experiences? You can drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. All right, let's head back to the Ozarks with Matt. Take it away.
Welcome back to the Shadow Frequency. I'm Matt Wilson, and we're deep in the Ozark Mountains, chasing the trail of the Ozark Howler, a creature that's equal parts legend and nightmare. Before the break, we talked about its haunting cry, glowing red eyes, and centuries-old sightings. Now let's get into some modern encounters and what this thing might actually be. One of the most intriguing cases happened in December 2015 near Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas. A man named John Myers emailed local news stations with photos he claimed showed the howler. The images depicted a dark, cat-like creature with small horns crouched in the woods. Myers insisted he snapped the shots while hiking the Yellow Rock Trail. The Springfield News Leader called it a Photoshop job, comparing it to a German Shepherd with fake horns. The Arkansas Game and Fish Commission agreed, labeling it a hoax. But Myers stood his ground, swearing on his faith that the photos were real. Hoax or not, the story stirred up a frenzy, with locals sharing their own tales of strange sightings. Then there's the 2016 incident near Lake Tenkiller, Oklahoma. A group of campers reported hearing loud, unearthly howls one night. They woke to find massive paw prints and deep scratches on their car. No animal they knew could have done that kind of damage. Another chilling account comes from a hunter in Texas, near Big Thicket National Preserve in 2018. He claimed he shot an animal he thought was the howler. Black fur, horns, red eyes. He sent photos to a local paper, but when authorities investigated, the body was gone. Just vanished. These stories raise questions. If the howler's real, what is it? Cryptozoologists like Chad Arment have suggested it could be an undiscovered species, a big cat, maybe a melanistic cougar isolated in the Ozarks. Others propose a relic population of prehistoric predators similar to a saber-toothed cat. But the horns and glowing eyes don't fit neatly into zoology. Some researchers, like Lauren Coleman, point to a 1990s hoax where a University of Arkansas student planted fake howler stories online, inspired by the chupacabra craze. Yet the legend predates the internet by centuries, so a single prankster can't explain it all. Then there's the supernatural angle. In Ozark folklore, the howler is often tied to omens of death, much like the black shuck of British myth, a ghostly dog with fiery eyes. Locals tell of seeing the howler before tragedy strikes, like a warning from the other side. One eerie tale from the 1950s describes a farmer who heard the howlers cry the night before his barn burned down. Coincidence? Maybe. But the pattern's hard to ignore. What chills me the most is the howler's elusiveness. No clear photos, no bodies, just stories and that haunting howl. Is it a guardian of the Ozarks, as some native tales suggest? A cursed entity stalking the unwary? Or just a trick of the mind in the dark, lonely woods? One thing's certain, the Ozark Howler thrives in the unknown, and that's where it's most terrifying. I'd love to hear your thoughts, listeners. Have you encountered something strange in the Ozarks? Email us at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. For now, I'm handing it back to Juniper to wrap things up. Stay spooky out there.
And that's a wrap on another spine-tingling episode of The Shadow Frequency. The Ozark Howlers left us with plenty to ponder, hasn't it? Before we go, we've got an exciting contest. Sign up for a chance to win first prize, the Bigfoot book, the Encyclopedia of Sasquatch, Yeti, and Cryptid Primates, a must-have for any crypto fan. Second prize, a deck of Bigfoot playing cards, perfect for your next spooky game night. To enter, you can send an email to shadowpodcast@protonmail.com with your favorite episode of the podcast. You'll be entered in the drawing for May 10th. Thanks for joining us, listeners. Sleep tight and keep one eye on the shadows.
Calling all Shadow Frequency fans. Enter our contest for a chance to win big. First prize, the Bigfoot book, the Encyclopedia of Sasquatch, Yeti, and Cryptid Primates, the Real Unexplained collection. Second prize, Squatch Metalworks, Bigfoot playing cards, a unique 52-card deck with illustrations and facts, perfect for Sasquatch lovers. To enter, email shadowpodcast@protonmail.com with your favorite episode of our podcast. Drawing is May 10th, 2025. Tune in and throw your hat in the ring.